but I didn't run for president just to get us back to where we were. I ran for president to get us to where we need to go. And where we need to go is a growing middle class with rising incomes and opportunities. For everybody who's willing to work hard. An America where no matter who you are, what you look like, where you came from, how you started, who you love, what faith you're a part of. You can make it in this country if you try. That's what America is all about. And today, a college degree is the surest ticket to the middle class and beyond. It's the key to getting a good job that pays a good income. And it offers a measure of security, because a college degree tells employers that you don't just have one set of skills. That you've got the continuous capacity to learn new skills, which is going to be particularly important. For your generation, because the economy is going to churn and change in ways that none of us can even anticipate. Before we came out here, I was talking to a group, including Sandy Winfeld. And your mayor Qasim Reed, Tyler Perry buddies. He wasn't in Medea, he was Tyler. And we were talking about how rapidly the technology is transforming everything we understand. Everything we know, everything from drones, to artificial intelligence, to driverless cars. And we don't yet know how all that is going to shape the nation that you inherit. But we know it's going to shape it dramatically. And in order for you to be able to be successful, you're going to have to adapt, continuously. The days where you work at one place for 30, 40 years, those days are over. And so the skill sets you are getting now are going to keep you in that job market. You're going to have multiple jobs before you're 30. Some of you will have multiple careers. And we live in a 21st century economy, where your most valuable asset is your imagination. Your knowledge, your ability to analyze tough problems. And that's not just true for individual Americans, it's true for our whole country. The ability to compete in the global economy depends on us having the world's most skilled, best educated workforce. And by the way, let me just add, it's also going to be critical for us to maintain our democracy in a complex, diverse society. Understandably, when I come to college campuses, there's a lot of just bread and butter. Nuts and bolts, how does this translate into jobs, careers? But part of what has made America the exceptional nation that it is. Is our diversity and our ability to draw from every corner of the world all the talent, all the ideas and create this amazing stew. And the more complex this society, the tougher that becomes. And so to have all of you possess the ability to listen and to learn from people who aren't like you, that's also what you're learning here. And that's going to make you more effective to every employer out there. But it's going to make you better citizens, and it's going to make our democracy function better. But back to the jobs thing. Jobs and businesses will go wherever the best workers are. And I don't want them to have to look any further than the United States of America. I want businesses investing here. I want Americans getting those new jobs. That's how we're going to lead the world in this century, just like we did in the 20th century. So here's the challenge: higher education has never been more important, but it's also never been more expensive. The average undergrad who borrows money to pay for college graduates with about $28,000 in student loan debt. That's just the average. Some students end up with a lot more than that. You know who you are. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. And let me say that it's been established time and time again that Georgia Tech is one of the best bargains around. You are getting a great education for a great value. Which is one of the reasons I'm here, obviously. I wouldn't go to a place that was a bad bargain and really expensive and no value. That would not make sense. But even here at Georgia Tech, even with the great value it is, it's expensive. And I'm here to tell you, I'm with you. I believe that America is not a place where higher education is a privilege that is reserved for the few. America needs to be a place where higher education has to be available for every single person who's willing to strive for it, who's willing to work for it. And I've said this before, I take this personally. My grandfather had a chance to go to college because this country decided that when veterans returned home from World War II, they should be able to go to college. And this government stepped up. My mother was able to raise two kids by herself, in part because she got grants that helped pay for her education. And I am only standing here and Michelle is only where she is today. Because of scholarships and student loans and work study. We did not come from families of means. We didn't come from families of means, but we knew that if we worked hard, there was help out there to make sure we got a great education. That's what this country gave to us. And that's why this has been such a priority for me. I take it personally because when I look out at all of you, I see myself. And I remember the fact that it took me 10 years to pay off all our student loans. We were paying more for our student loans than our mortgage, even after Malia and Sasha were born. We were supposed to be saving for their college education, we were still paying off ours. And that's why we've acted again and again to make college more affordable. Five years ago this month, we enacted the largest reforms to the student loan program in history. We cut out the big banks that were taking taxpayer dollars and serving as middlemen in the student loan game. And we said, well, let's just give the money directly to the students like you. So as a result of that change, we saved billions of dollars. We were to expand tax credits and Pell Grants. And put college within reach for millions more middle-class and low-income students across the country. Then we fought to keep interest rates on student rates interest. Rates on student loans low and capped how high those rates can rise. And as a result, the typical undergrad is saving about $1,500. We also acted to let millions of graduates cap their loan payments at 10% of their incomes. So they don't have to choose between paying the rent and paying back their debt. And by the way, everybody here, if you don't already know about the income-based repayment program, you need to learn about it because it's still underutilized. But it gives you an opportunity to make sure that if you make a career choice that doesn't make tons of money, you're still able to do the responsible thing and pay back your loans at a pace that also allows you to build a family and buy a home and live your lives. And graduates who go into lower paying fields like social work or teaching, they're not going to pay a price for. Following their dreams because they're going to have even better options in terms of how they repay their loans. So that's what we did on the student loan side. Meanwhile, we're working to hold down the cost of a college education. So we're partnering with schools like Georgia Tech on innovative ways to increase value like your online. Master's program in computer science which costs just a fraction of the price of an in-classroom program. And I sent Congress a bold new plan to bring down the cost of community college to zero. Because not everybody may be prepared right away to start a 4-year university. But also, in some cases, even if they could, they may choose to get 2 years of college free. And then be able to transfer the credits for their 4-year education. We want to make community college, at minimum, just as free and universal as high school is today. That should be our new baseline. We want to get out ahead of the curve in terms of where we need to go. Earlier today, I took a new action to make it easier for students to pay for college and pay off their loans. We're creating a way for you to ask questions about your loans. File a complaint, cut through the bureaucracy, get a faster response. That's not just from the government, that's also from the contractors who sometimes service your loans. We're going to require that the businesses that service your loans provide clear information about how much you owe. What your options are for repaying it, and if you're falling behind. Help you get back in good standing with reasonable fees on a reasonable timeline. And if you're paying stuff off, you should be paying off the high interest loans first, not the low interest ones. We're going to take a hard look at whether we need new laws to strengthen protections for all borrowers. Wherever you get your loans from. So we're trying to tackle this problem from every angle. There's no silver bullet. But we're trying to make sure that across the board. More and more young people can afford to go to college, and then afterwards, aren't so burdened with debt that you can't do anything else. We want to make this experience more affordable because you're not just investing in yourselves. You're investing in your nation. But here's the thing, we've got more to do, all of us universities, students, parents, financial institutions and yes, the government, to make sure that you're not saddled with debt before you even get started in life. That's something that's in all of our interests.